I'm going to try to keep my comments limited because I got a lot of thoughts about this particular story. If y'all look at this picture, and I'm showing these pictures for a reason because I want you guys to understand the mental place where some of these people are. I just don't think that they're suitable parents. And I'm making that and I'm deducing that from a lot of things I've seen from thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of situations that seem to follow a really bad trend when it comes to parenting and having children, okay? But let me give you guys a fair warning before we get started here about my content. Let's get it. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. And I'm glad I got that recorded. So let me try to get these pictures back up here. I had one picture that I just realized that was incorrect. So now I have the correct pictures up here. So let's take a look at this. So this is an alleged mother. Let's talk about this. We're on story number. Thank you guys for posting that in the chat. A mother was formally charged on Thursday with murdering her young son. According to police, who they're referring to as defendant, which is this individual, that is Carlisha Marie Anderson, 25 years old, called 911 from a hotel on November the 15th to say that she killed her baby by suffocation, according to the partially redacted affidavit for an arrest affidavit. From the investigative summary, on November the 15th of 2022, the Orlando Police Department received a 911 call from a female caller who stated that she killed her baby. The call was ultimately transferred to the Orlando Fire Department by OPD dispatch, where the caller continued to say that she killed her baby. While OFD dispatch was on the line with 911, later identified as Carlisha Anderson, stated that the baby was not hers and the baby was an abomination. She said, and I quote, that the baby was not hers and that this child that you see right there was an abomination, according to her words. And I'm getting this from lawandcrime.com. Thank you so much for the article. They do really, really good work over there. We'll get back to that here in a minute about this not being her child and all of that stuff. We're going to talk about all of that. And I think this child's name is Mark. So we're going to call him Baby Mark. Officers said firefighters arrived first at the scene, but Anderson, let me see, what's her name again? Carlisha Anderson was holding a knife inside the room. Those first responders backed off for police to arrive, according to the affidavit, and when officers did, they told Anderson to drop the knife. Carlisha began to stab herself multiple times, according to police. And you know that suicide thing is so funny, how they will find a way to murder their child and they don't find a way to do it to themselves when they could have did it to themselves first and left the child out of the situation. How do we even get here? It's just a stupid mindset. But nonetheless, she began to stab herself. Police tased her, she dropped the knife, and then they handcuffed her. While first responders worked on saving her life, they found a young boy in the room, they said. Firefighters took him to the hospital and had to pronounce him dead later on. Defendant Anderson is in critical condition and was taken in for surgery, and I hope they patch her up real nice and good so that she can suffer the fate that she deserves for what she did to this baby. She later suggested to police that her son was accidentally smothered with a pillow while they were sharing a bed, according to the affidavit. Now, we've heard that lie before. We've heard that lie from some of these mothers in my stories that said that I smothered my child. Y'all remember the mother that accidentally smothered her child to death twice? Y'all remember that? We've even had stories like that. This is from police. I don't know. My baby was acting like something was wrong with him. She continued. He was in the bed, and I think I had too many pillows. I just got off of work, and he was sleeping. I don't know, and there was some inaudible, too. Then he just stopped breathing. She added, before I called police, I got a knife and stabbed myself. I tried to resuscitate him, and he couldn't come back. I love him so much. I love him. Anderson is charged with one count each. Is charged with a count each for second-degree murder, aggravated manslaughter of a child, and aggravated child neglect in her son's death. She also faces aggravated assault on a firefighter and aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer for allegedly holding off first responders with a knife. So she threatened them as well. And I'm going to tell y'all something. There is a big difference between, looking at like this, when she got that horsehair glued to the top of her scalp and she's just so happy. Y'all notice how happy she looks? And next thing you know, you put her with her real hair and you notice how she don't look happy and confident no more. Isn't that something? Talk about having love for yourself. You need to love yourself before you can have children. Because if you don't love yourself, you're probably not going to be a good parent. But again, according to this Instagram, I think the child's name is Mark. So we want to put some respect on baby Mark's name. All right. There were very few pictures of him, even some as young as this. But that was really all I was able to find was just a few pictures on her Facebook page. Again, I also want you guys to notice this because I think they said that she was living in a hotel, if I'm not mistaken. But I also thought that was funny as well. If she were living in a hotel, you'd have to ask why. If you don't have the funds to be able to take care of yourself properly, you didn't have an apartment, you didn't have a house, but you had to live in a hotel. Why are you out here having unprotected sex, creating children? It's your body, it's your choice. But yet you sit here looking on fleek in order to try to catch you a man. You got your hair down all the way to the middle of your back. Got these little fancy outfits on, these fancy glasses. You notice in these pictures, which is why I brought these pictures up. Let's see if I can back this up real quick. You notice how she's got different hair and makeup and earrings and you notice she got her nails done, right? Y'all notice that also? Got her hair different here. All these different styles. All these different styles here. Got her little baby hairs glued down to the top of her head. Look at this big old, look like a big caution sign. Like somebody slapped her with a bag of Kool-Aid. And I bring all that up to say, why were you living in a hotel, but yet you're spending money, and we know how much these weaves and hairdos and all of this stuff costs, and getting your nails done is about a $50, $60, $70, $100 venture. The stuff that women like to do to impress other women is really expensive. They say they do it to impress men, but that's a lie because men don't care about that crap. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Here we go. Let's get it.
First tonight, though, new court documents are revealing details about a child found unresponsive inside an Orange County hotel. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. Back in November, police found the child and their mom at the In-Town Suites extended stay on Major Boulevard near Universal. The child later died, and now the mom has been arrested. News 6's Lauren Cervantes has details.
I have the affidavit for arrest warrant, and it says Carlisha Anderson admitted to suffocating her child to death in a hotel room on November 15th. 25-year-old Carlisha Anderson is facing charges in the death of her child on November 5th.
She literally looks like she could be my little brother. Does she not? When I look into the camera, and I want y'all to look at this picture and tell me that if you gave her a beard, that she would look like my little brother. With that stupid blank look on her face. strong jawline, too.
15th at the In-Town Suites extension.
She could be one of them converted women. I don't know. But that is a strong-faced looking little individual. Just saying.
Extended stay off of Major Boulevard. It had police cars lining the roadway. The affidavit for arrest warrant says Anderson called 911 and told dispatchers she killed her child. The report says when Orlando Fire Rescue showed up to the hotel, she was holding a knife, so they waited for police to get there. But when police arrived and opened the door, Anderson began stabbing herself. That's when investigators say police had to tase Anderson to get her to stop, and then took both she and the unresponsive child to the hospital, where the child was pronounced dead. According to the report, one of the detectives described the child as appearing to be the size of a 2 to 3-year-old. Court documents say Anderson was leasing the hotel room. Anderson is facing charges of second-degree murder, aggravated manslaughter of a child, and child neglect charges, among others. Now, she did go before a judge this afternoon, where the judge denied her bond for that second-degree murder charge. For now, in Orange County, I'm Lauren Cervantes, getting results, News 6.
Right now, a mom is facing a second-degree murder charge nearly 1 month after her young child was found unresponsive in an extended stay motel. An arrest affidavit obtained by News 6 says 25-year-old Carlisha Anderson called 911 and admitted suffocating her son November 15th in a room at the In-Town Suites extended stay. That's off Major Boulevard near Universal. When firefighters arrived, they say she threatened them with a knife, then began stabbing herself. Orlando police used a taser to stop her. She is behind bars without bond on a string of charges right now.
So, with this story being a little bit shorter, again, I say babies for benefits. And somebody in the chat called her a thug. Yes, I want y'all to remember that thug is an action. Thug is an action, not a skin color. And I don't understand when you say it's your body, your choice. I'm going to continue to keep using that colloquialism, because if we're going to say that, like, why don't we treat it as it's an honor and a privilege? We treat it like, we treat children like it's our property, like you're treating it like your red bottoms. You're treating it like your Gucci bag. You probably treat a child worse than that, actually. You think about this. There are a lot of women out there, not all, but there are women out there that will not even set their purse on the floor. They're like, you don't set my purse on the floor. You set it on a table, on a cloth. Right? They got more respect for the things they wear on their body rather than the things that come out of their body. Isn't that something? More respect for what people see on you rather than something that's within inside you. I said within inside you. That's not even a word, but whatever. It's going to be a word tonight. Than something that was inside you that comes out of your body. Isn't that something? That's real cold. That's real callous. It's real selfish. And we are just raising a generation of too many women that are just becoming selfish. Flat out selfish. Okay? We are not putting children first. We're not putting families first. We're not putting finances first. I'm going to blame that on the parents. That falls on us. So it is my responsibility to make sure that my daughter knows the proper protocol for moving through life. That's a parent's responsibility. And I'm going to say, even though it's her fault of what she did, I'm going to blame her parents for the lack of raising her properly. Like, you can't be that level of damn dumb. To sit there and be thinking you got to be on fleek all the goddamn time. Thinking you cute. Thinking everybody wants you. Think you want to impress your little homegirls. Being on fleek all the freaking time. And get you a man, y'all. I got me a baby now, y'all. And treated this child worse than what her shoes would be stepping on. She had no respect for this child. No respect for herself, no respect for life. And for that, life in prison, don't even give her a second chance at life. I think that should be it right there. And I believe this child's name is Baby Mark. So let me see if I can find a picture who I think is this baby. I could be wrong. This might not even be the child, but I think it's him. He's a beautiful little baby. Like, that might not be the picture, but I think that's a picture of him. Young Mark, young Prince, R.I.P. he deserves such a better mother than what he got. Like, it was just a curse. But life in prison for her. Let me know what you guys think about this. If I got something wrong, if I missed anything, please let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you.